Tasmania has done it again. The little island at the bottom of Australia has just flipped its seasonal switch from slightly chilly to full-blown Narnia. Forget pumpkin spice and warm scarves. Tassie just woke up under a thick, icy blanket that turned its rugged landscape into a picture-perfect winter wonderland. Snow, glorious snow, has swept across elevated parts of the state, and Tasmanians everywhere are getting their snow boots, thermals and iPhones ready. Yes, you heard that right. While the rest of Australia is still dealing with unpredictable rain showers, confused kookaburras, and the occasional rogue mosquito, Tasmania is donning its icy tiara and declaring, winter is here. It all started quietly like most snowstorms do. The Bureau of Meteorology reported that snow was falling as low as 600 meters above sea level in the southwest. 600 meters. That's practically backyard-level snow for Tasmania. People who went to bed with green hills outside their windows woke up to white-draped hills looking like they belonged on a Swiss postcard. Temperatures didn't just dip. They took a nosedive into Antarctic territory. Kunani Mount Wellington recorded a freezing low of minus 3.7 degrees Celsius overnight. That's not just grab a jumper cold. That's question all your life choices cold. By 8:30 in the morning, the temperature crept up to a balmy minus 1.9 degrees Celsius. Perfect weather for penguins, polar bears, or overly enthusiastic bushwalkers who claim snow is invigorating. Webcam footage from Mount Wellington showed the entire mountain swaddled in thick white snow. Trees, signs, and even the rocks looked like they were wearing snow onesies. It was the kind of scene that makes you want to start singing Christmas carols in May and baking gingerbread men while wrapped in a blanket. Meanwhile, up in Miena in the Central Highlands, where locals are built tough and snow shovels are considered part of the furniture, things were even more intense. Residents shared photos of their village blanketed under up to 30 centimeters of snow. That's not just a dusting. That's full-on, dig your car out like it's a frozen mummy territory. Entire vehicles disappeared under the powder. It wasn't just snowing, it was snowing with commitment. Kids in Miena didn't need school buses. They needed snowmobiles. Dogs were spotted bounding through white mounds like furry submarines. One bloke swore his letterbox had become a snow pillar overnight. Somewhere in the distance, a snowman nodded solemnly and said, "Yes. This is my time." It's still technically late autumn, mind you. The calendar might say May, but Tasmania clearly didn't get the memo. It skipped the gentle autumn leaf fall phase and dove straight into let it snow. Highland communities are now readying themselves for what's likely to be a long, snowy season. That means stocking up on firewood, cranking up the heat pumps, and pretending they totally remembered to buy snow chains back in April. Let's be honest, Tasmanians love this stuff. Sure, it's cold, but snow in Tassie is like mangoes in summer. Expected, celebrated, and totally Instagram-worthy. People pile into their Subarus and head for the hills to snap selfies, build wonky snowmen, and accidentally throw snowballs that hit someone's ear. That's winter bonding at its finest. Mount Wellington is often the first to get hit when cold fronts roll in. It's Tassie's very own snow magnet. Locals know when they can't see the summit from Hobart, it's probably cloaked in clouds or snow or both. And when the snow does arrive, it brings the kind of quiet that makes you want to just stand there and listen. Birds hush. Trees sparkle. And everything feels just a bit more magical. Until your fingers go numb, of course. And then there's the driving. Yes, snow driving. A mix of bravery, optimism, and pure chaos. The kind where you suddenly remember how little traction your tires actually have. Tourists trying to reach the summit of Mount Wellington often forget that rental cars weren't built for alpine conditions. Some barely make it out of the car park before realizing that their idea of rugged is a windbreaker and sneakers. Still, it's all part of the Tasmanian winter experience. The state's alpine areas, places like Miena, Liawini, and the Central Plateau, transform into snowy dreamscapes. Frozen lakes shimmer under the pale sun. Fences disappear. Wallabies leave adorable snow tracks. Wombats, they're having a blast. Wombats in snow are basically the animal kingdom's version of toddlers discovering bubble wrap. In places like the Central Highlands, the snow doesn't just come and go in a few hours. It settles in, like a guest who's planning to stay until spring. Locals take it in stride, layering up like onions and embracing the chance to wear all 17 of their beanies. One lady reportedly knitted matching jumpers for her chickens. That's dedication. And speaking of animals, Tasmanian wildlife in snow is next level adorable. Imagine echidnas waddling through snowdrifts. Imagine a possum looking personally offended by the weather. Now imagine a herd of sheep wearing natural wool jumpers, trudging through the white landscape like woolly marshmallows. That's Tasmania in May. Now don't think snow just falls gently and disappears quietly. Oh no. In true dramatic fashion, snow in Tasmania arrives with wind gusts, sleet, ice, and that unmistakable smell of winter in the air. It hits the Highlands first, then sweeps through the mountains like it's painting a masterpiece. One where the only colors are white, gray, and the occasional terrified blue of someone's frozen nose. And still people love it. Families load up with thermoses, hot chocolates, and a weird number of marshmallows. Couples pose for engagement photos in the snow. Photographers hike uphill for that perfect snowy sunrise, only to realize their lens has fogged up. As the snow fell thick and fast, social media exploded. Hashtags like #TasmaniaSnow, #WinterWonderland, and #FrozenButHappy started trending. One user posted a video of their goat refusing to leave the barn. Another showed a child trying to make a snow angel, only to discover their snow suit had less flexibility than expected. It's not winter in Tasmania until someone accidentally ends up face down in a snowbank while laughing uncontrollably. For those living in Hobart, snow is a treat rather than a guarantee. But thanks to the recent chill, even the capital has gotten a front-row view of Mount Wellington looking like a giant, frosty cake. You don't need to go far to find snow just up. The mountain roads are peppered with adventurers, photographers, and at least one person who clearly underestimated how cold -2 feels on the face. And while Tasmania is embracing the chill, mainland Aussies are still in denial. Queenslanders are putting on socks and calling it winter. Victorians are grumbling about morning frost. Meanwhile, Tasmania is out here casually measuring snow in centimeters and preparing for ski season before June even arrives. The snow's arrival also means one very important thing. It's officially soup season. Pumpkin soup, pea and ham, box it. It fits in a bowl and steams up your glass as it's on the menu. Bakeries are selling out of pies and people are queuing up for hot drinks like they contain the meaning of life. But it's not all fun and frost. Snow does come with its challenges. Power lines are tested. Roads become ice rinks. Pipes freeze. And your morning routine suddenly includes chipping ice off your windscreen using whatever's handy, credit card, spatula, or just a whole lot of swearing. Still, Tasmanians wouldn't trade it for anything. It's part of what makes the state so special. That rugged, unpredictable charm. That feeling of being wrapped in the wild, surrounded by snow-dusted peaks and clouds that look like whipped cream. It's not just about the cold, it's about the beauty that comes with it. So here's to Tasmania, the snowy overachiever of Australia. While the rest of the country waits for winter to arrive, Tassie's already throwing snowballs, building snow forts and making snowmen with gumboots and carrot noses. Bundle up, Australia. Winter is officially open for business and Tasmania is leading the way.